In this lesson, we're going to sharpen a pencil. No, just kidding. We're going to sharpen an image. Because as you know, sometimes a photo wasn't taken perfectly, or you simply want a certain portion of an image to stand out. You want to sharpen it. And that makes the edges crisper and easier to see. So we'll do a couple experiments with that. Let's go into View and Organize Photos. Sometimes, you'd think an image looks sharp enough. You're like, yeah, that looks good. It's a lot of the things we're using here in Elements, you think, it looks pretty good. But then you do the effect, and you're like, wow, I didn't realize what kind of a difference that would make. And the same is true with the sharpening feature. You don't realize how much more it can stand out if it's sharpened. All right, now that we're in, I'm going to grab this picture of the cars. This should be in your samples within Elements. You can grab it from there. Okay, now this looks pretty sharp, right? But let's take it into the editor and see how much sharper we can go. Sometimes the more you can continue to sharpen something, but then it starts to look unrealistic and fake. So you sharpen to your taste or leave it alone. That's why all these tools are at your disposal. Carpenter doesn't have to use all the tools. They're just there, right? All right. We're in the editor. I'm going to go to Filter. Yep, you guessed it. Sharpen. Several kinds of sharpening. We're going to use Sharpen More. Now you see what that did? The cars stand out immensely more. Even the little blades of the grass stand out. I'm going to undo it to show you how much of a difference that made. Look at that. This may in your mind look more realistic, but if you want a more sharpened look, go for it. And you can continue to apply more and more of a filter. So we can go to Sharpen More, but you see, sharpening it more gets it to look even more unrealistic. So you got to be careful how much you're going to use it. Now we may not always wish to sharpen the whole picture. Let's undo these. Let's say we only wanted to sharpen this vehicle. Well, let's see if we can use our magnetic lasso. Let's see if we can get a line around it. Let's see if we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's true. But let's see if we can get it close here. Okay, we've gotten it fairly around the vehicle. Now that we made that selection, if we go to Filter, Sharpen, More, you notice how it just sharpened that vehicle. So now I'm going to deselect, go to Select, Deselect. Now everything is blurry except that vehicle. So that can make just one thing in a picture stand out even more as the object of focus, and everything else is in the background. This would work really good if you had some person that was standing close to the shot, or an object that was close to the camera, and then objects further back. You could sharpen just the forward object. Or, as a more unique effect, you could have all the objects that are in the front blurry and just sharpen something in the back. So it's a very neat effect, and the idea of being able to sharpen pieces of an image or the whole image is going to be very useful in your use of elements. So have fun with that and experiment away.